I joined the autistic community only a week ago. I was scared. I've always felt different, but my fears were never validated. I was diagnosed with ADHD. As a kid, I was diagnosed with depression. Medication never helped. And then somebody asked me if my daughter was autistic. That made me look inward, like, oh my. You know what? She does cover her ears a lot. She does hide. Um, she has sensory overload all the time and meltdowns. And guess what? So do I. So I started researching. I finally set up an appointment with a specialist. And as of right now, I'm pretty sure that I'm autistic, and I'm fine with that. I have my headphones on and a bandana on my head because I've learned to accept myself, that I have needs, and these needs are valid. What is autism? Scientists want to find its cause, find a cure, but if you were to ask the autistic community, a lot of them would say they don't want a cure. Their autism gives them this unique perspective on life. It gives them a talent. Some are amazing writers. Some are mathematicians. Some are artists, poets, songwriters. And some, like me, are just trying to survive because they haven't found their place yet. I created a theory about a sensory stim, and I submitted it to somebody I met in the community. So if you're willing to listen, I'm going to go ahead and put that theory into play for you. My theory is about this bandana on my head and how it helps me actually communicate. I'm going to get emotional. I may cry. You're going to see my phone shake. Just bear with me, and hopefully I can make some sense of this. When we look at the normal world, we see you have a conversation and it just flows naturally. You're not constantly scanning each other's faces, and if you are, you don't get stuck on it. For me, a conversation is like a case study. I am studying your every action, the fluctuation in your voice, why you smile, why you flinched, why you're moving your hands, and sometimes I miss key points to a conversation. I'm so stuck on observing that I can't register what you're actually saying. While having a conversation with my husband, he was trying to explain the forging process. He's becoming a bladesmith, and he's rebuilding his forge. I interrupted. I stepped outside my comfort zone, and I interrupted him, and I asked him if he's comfortable with me closing my eyes. I wanted to see if I could actually form a picture in my head and understand what he's saying. That's something that's new to me. I don't usually find the meaning in conversations. So I did it. I closed my eyes and was amazed. I didn't think I would understand the whole process, why he needs certain components. I was able to interrupt without feeling judged because I can't see his reactions. I wasn't so focused on certain fluctuations in his voice. And for the first time, I actually understood a conversation. It felt natural. It felt like what I assume a typical conversation is like. I submitted my little theory to a member of the community, and I was kind of surprised with his response. He is very enthusiastic that this could actually help him on his bad days. And he asked me to write my theory up. Well, okay, I'm gonna uncover for a second. I want you to see the true me here. I had many meltdowns trying to write it because there's a bigger picture to me. Yes, covering my eyes helped, but why does it help? A lot of people are so focused on the cause of autism that you forget the bigger picture here. How do we make autistic individuals or anyone with a mental disorder that have needs feel comfortable? They don't necessarily need a cure, they need understanding. If you can understand why somebody may need headphones, why somebody may need to close their eyes, why a person may need to go hide out in a sensory tent, you might be able to understand how to actually communicate with us. We want acceptance. I want acceptance. I don't want to feel judged when I'm looking socially awkward, when I'm moving my arms around funny, when I'm covering my eyes. It's hard enough to talk as is. If the community as a whole, the world as a whole, understood triggers and understood beneficial techniques to overcome those triggers, I think that statistical number would go down. Right now, the number is 36. The average lifespan of somebody suffering from autism is 36 years old. That doesn't mean that suddenly we have a heart attack and die, no. That usually means we're taking our lives. Why are we taking our lives? Because we have this desperate need to fit in. We want to be just like you. We want to be accepted. We want to have those meaningful conversations. We want to work and not be afraid that we might need a short little break to clear our minds. We have needs just like you. We want to live just like you. So I'm asking you to focus a little less on how to cure us and a lot more on what it would take to accept us. Thank you.